huge matches as of recent throughout the Northeast.
If you listen to this crowd, it is rather divided. It is a big fight feel, and I would not expect anything different.
Casanova always in phenomenal shape. Right now he's in the best shape of his career, I believe, size-wise. I think he's got leaps and bounds above Kellan Thomas right now.
I mean, if you're looking at sheer conditioning, absolutely. I love Kellan Thomas like a brother, I really do. But yeah, if you're talking about physique, if you're talking about cardiovascular conditioning, yeah, Casanova has him beat.
I'm talking about wrestling ability. I think Casanova's got everything.
Really?
I think he's, yeah.
I mean, I take nothing away from Christian Casanova, but
he used to not have the size, but look at the arms of Casanova's bicep. Look at the arms. Look at the size of his arms right now.
That's true.
They're bigger than they've ever been.
That's true. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but to say he's going to out-wrestle Kellan without any shadow of a doubt, that's a bold claim. I'm very interested to see how this pans out, John. I really am. Because I value your opinion greatly.
I'm sure you do.
I do.
That's how I feel. I mean, I think they're equal. If this was a year or so ago, I would have said Kellan outpowered him. Casanova's put on that size. He's still got the speed. He's still got the agility. He's still got the wrestling abilities. I mean, I just think his stats are a lot higher. If this is a video game, everyone would be picking Casanova first based on, numbers alone.
Fair enough. I mean, being the chaotic wrestling heavyweight champion, that's no walk in the park itself.
And, I mean, Killanova Inc., his other half, is our Firebrand champion.
It just goes to show you what kind of competitors both of those men are. Casanova backed into the ropes. Tony P calling for a clean break, and he gets it. Kellan Thomas to a fighting stance. Both of these men now sharing some pleasantries with the faithful. Well, the order of business is underneath those lights and in between these ropes. You gotta say, and you gotta think, in this kind of matchup, it has championship, implications. I would imagine that either one of these men are certainly Firebrand championship caliber, one of them being a former champ himself. But you would imagine that this victory would shoot both of them up in the power rankings, regardless of which one who won. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Here we go. Here's the wrestling. Kellan Thomas keeping up so far. Do you think he can continue it after this match is about halfway done? Do you think he can keep up?
I mean, I've seen him go 15, 20 minutes with the likes of Ethan Page in the past. I've seen him go almost a half an hour in a 7-contender ladder match for the Firebrand Championship. So, yeah, I do. I really do. And I think Casanova's trying to get inside of Kellan Thomas's head. He knows he's not in his backyard. He knows he doesn't have the hometown advantage.
These fans are fired up.
Snapmare takeover right into a crucifix-style pin. Look at the core strength on Casanova, though. Right up from the mat and on the offensive. Hucklebuckling former Firebrand champion. These guys are going hold for hold.
The old Hucklebuckle, huh?
Yeah, the old Hucklebuckle.
Top talent, Christian Casanova.
Oh, there you are, Whitney.
Thank you, sir. Spreading his talent all throughout, not only New England, but throughout the country. Building a name for himself, credibility is behind Christian Casanova.
I got to tip my hat to him. He didn't allow his body weight to be drilled down. He stayed on his feet, and it has paid off in heavy dividends as he continues to be in the upper hand here.
A beautiful bridge by Casanova.
A lot of torque on that hammerlock.
Kellan rolls through. It's like a nice game of golf. Picks him up for the suplex. Goes for the pin. 2. Fans are fixated on this matchup. Kellan drives him into the corner.
Stop with the golf calls.
Big left hand to the face. Christian goes to the corner.
Ooh. Kellan serving up them chops. An open-handed one right to the chin of Casanova, who's laying out right hands of his own. Spiking belly-to-belly suplex. Kellan Thomas now springboard moonsault, beautifully done, but he does not get the victory that easily. This match will continue.
Kellan Thomas trying to go for the hole-in-one. Should have checked the playing field before he went for the putt.
He's going to do this the whole match. You got to chime in.
I have a feeling. I'm sort of digging it, though. I'm not going to lie.
Casanova now, beautiful counter into an O'Connor roll. Lands to his feet. Checks the checklist of Kellan Thomas with that low-end super kick. Springboard sling blade lands. And I got to agree with you, John. Casanova is moving with such precision and such lethal grace. Doesn't even appear to have broken a sweat yet.
Amazing conditioning.
Oh, caught him with that one.
Oh!
Kellan Thomas, ass over tea kettle, has his head driven to the apron.
Spiked him right into the rails. And as we all know, it's the hardest part of the ring.
Did we know that?
I think it's probably one of the most overused phrases in commentary.
Absolutely. It's true, but it is overused. A move like that, though, will send you straight out. That is skull on steel.
I mean, really, you can imagine what kind of shockwaves run through your spine when you're faced with that kind of impact. Kellan Thomas now has to find his bearings in some way, shape, or form if he wants to be victorious in this matchup.
Firing away at that spine with those elbows. Casanova goes for the pin.
2 count only. Casanova is trying to chip away at the former Firebrand champion. He knows he's got him in a wonky spot at the moment after that spike DDT. Kellan Thomas has not looked the same since.
Casanova, not a drop of sweat.
Thomas gets launched off the ropes. Casanova hangs on to the ripcord.
Picks
He
him up.
hoists him up to his shoulders.
Oh, man.
Guillotine off the top rope. R.I.O.T. Cover.
Could be it.
Ref Tony P, only 2.
He's a little slow on the counts tonight, I think, no?
Tony P asked me to put him over tonight, so he's doing an amazing job to me.
That is an absolute lie, and
I'll tell you paid for that.
And I'll tell you why that's a lie. Because Jack Hill demands that we put him over. He's the only one of the zebras that pulls that stuff.
I don't see Jack Hill here tonight.
No, but every time he's here, he says, "Hey, Bobby, put me over."
He has some handsome payoffs, too. He shook my hand a couple of times with a few hundreds in it.
Really?
Oh, you're not getting paid? I should have said it.
Jesus.
Look at top talent right now with Kellan Thomas in the corner, defenseless.
Reckless boots now, firing off the skull, the neck, the jaw, that whole upper quarter of Kellan Thomas. Knee to the gut, the snapmare. Oh, nope, not a snapmare. Stomp to the head. I don't know how Kellan's still going. Barely, just barely gets himself out of that.
He really does. I mean,
I wouldn't even call it a kick out.
No, I mean, he managed to get his shoulder off the canvas, but he is looking like a hurting unit at the moment. Casanova has done a very good job of containing Kellan Thomas. You know, he's picked his poison. He's chosen his shots. They've landed very well. I think if Casanova. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh!
I was going to say, if Casanova plays his cards right, this could be his match, but Kellan Thomas showing us some signs of life. This bout will continue.
It reminds me of that game, that ride you had at the playground. You jumped on and it went around and around and around and around. I would have puked after that.
How many times did you go around?
I went around and around and around and around.
Tony P at the 5 count right now.
5
Both
count.
men to their knees.
5 count on the knees.
Thomas is up on his feet, as is Casanova. Big swing and a miss. Kellan Thomas with the roundhouse. The educated feet on display with a great series of offense. Thomas charges in.
Boom.
Bulldog style face buster.
See a little life now in Kellan Thomas. Let's see if he can keep the momentum going here.
Fans getting behind him at the 11th hour. Your final match on Thursday Night Throwdown, wrapping up the night.
Casanova counters out of that suplex attempt quite nicely. He hits Kellan Thomas with a grazing blow. Back to his feet, up off the ropes. Axe kick attempt goes nowhere. And Kellan Thomas now has him right where he needs him. Casanova kicks out, and he kicks out with a lot of authority, a lot of core strength on display. John, you, my friend, have really assessed the talent of Christian Casanova, because as this match goes on, Kellan Thomas has had to come back. He's had to spring back 2 or 3 times. I'd say this is the first time in the matchup that Casanova's really been grounded.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Kellan finally back up on top. See how long he can maintain it for. Christian, once he gets that little extra burst of energy like he is now, could be all over. Kellan reversing. Oh.
Kellan now
Christian getting ahead of himself.
taking advantage of Casanova's hastiness. The ripcord gator roll lands into the Falcon's arrow. Deep hook of the leg. Oh! Tony P says, no, this match will continue. I, for one, was convinced that it was over.
I think we all were.
Were we?
Well, you weren't?
I weren't.
Strong words by John Roy. You can find him at shortname6 on Twitter.
If you want to talk bad about me, feel free. Roast me.
But Kellan Thomas now, he's going up to that high-risk district. Casanova breathing heavy, laying on the mat. The Riot Man thinks he has Casanova where he needs him. Oh, no!
Picks him up, puts him down. Casanova goes up.
Oh, man.
Another big leg drop.
What
Villanova
distance?
leg drop.
Cover here. That was barely 2. So close, yet so far is Christian Casanova. Tony P finds himself locked into the gaze of Casanova.
Is it gaze?
Whoa! Some strong words being shared.
The SH word. Shush. Oh, Tony.
Whoa! Kellan Thomas now back on his feet, throwing lefts and rights to Casanova. As Casanova answers in the same fashion, he launches himself off the ropes. Axe kick attempt thwarted. Kellan Thomas has him cinched up. No!
Boom, pay up, guys. Pay up.